Hello, my friends. This is Abraham Joseph Ajeni Fuja. Greetings to you. How are you doing? And how are you feeling? How has the day been for you? Every day has its own challenges, has its own opportunities. And how has that worked out for you today? I hope it is good. I hope you can see the ray of light of God's promise throughout the day. Today, I want to encourage all leaders who are serving God in different capacities to make their organization, their family, their business, their places of responsibility. Whether you're leading 2, 3, 4, millions. We are all serving at the pleasure of God. And sometimes we go through a period that, we wonder, why did we even take this position in the first place? Because we start discovering things that we did not know before. Okay? Some of us were even reluctant to come up to that position. Like Moses in the Bible, for example, when God called him. When God called him and sent him to Pharaoh, and Moses did not want to go. He said, I couldn't speak. He said, I cannot speak. Well, you know how that story ended. God, gave him a helper, and in the person of Aaron to go with him, and God solved that problem for him. But God wanted to use Moses. It was Moses that God wanted to use, not Aaron, nobody else. For that period of time, it was Moses. God knew that all along. God had prepared him for it. It was time for Moses to respond. And Moses did. The same thing for us leaders today. Some of us are reluctant. Some of us are, go to that position and find out what things are really hard. And the position of leadership changes us, really. You can speak to any leader about that. Look at leaders who have led for 4, 5, 6 years. They've changed. They've changed in their appearances. They've changed in their knowledge. They've changed in humility. Because the position of leadership is a God-sized task. And why is that? Because it is serving at God's pleasure. So it's going to be God's way. It's going to be for God's will. And then for God's glory. Okay? Whether we know God personally or we do not. We are serving at the pleasure of God to make our organization and this world a better place to live. But what happens when we have these challenges that seem like we're alone? Many of the servants of God felt like that. Elijah in the Bible felt like that. There are modern day Elijahs today who are feeling like that. This is so hard. If leaders of today will confess, they will go to the extent of saying that, wait a minute, I'm feeling, or I have felt like Elijah felt. So today I just talk about hope. Okay? Hope is just a way for us to know that God is doing what He promised to do. We just don't see the whole picture yet. There's a phrase in the Bible that I love. It's called faith, hope, and love. Which one is important when? Faith is the access that we have into the promise of God. Okay? That God will do what He promised to do. Okay? Hope is that God is doing it, even though we don't see it. And love is that God has already done it. And in due time, we're going to see all the things come together. But hope is what we need in the present time, that God is doing it. No matter how difficult, no matter how serious the situation is, God is doing what He promised to do. So I want to encourage, be hopeful, to have that inspiration, that expectation, anticipating that God is going to come through just as He has promised. God has always used humans to continue to express the beauty of His glory in families, in finances, in all aspects of life. It's not just money. Beauty is not just money. Glory is just not money. It's a reflection of the perfection of God in the family, in business, in education, in governing, in religion. It's an expression of a beautiful fragrance of God in operation. That's why God created the world. Otherwise, He wouldn't have created it. That's why God created the moon, the sun, the stars, the ocean, the mountain, all things before He created man. The expression of His image. And God wants to see all humans reflect that beauty. And the leaders are the chosen ones who are called from among the people to serve God and be the channel through whom God will continue to express that beauty. So when we look at the whole world today, when we look at the family, look at the education, look at the businesses, look at governments all over the world, where the glory is not being reflected, what's happening there? Is that a question of hope that leaders have given up and they have become God to themselves? If you are feeling like that, I want to encourage you not to fall to that temptation. The God who called you there is also able to finish and complete what He has promised to do during your time as a leader. Be hopeful. Be encouraged. Find something that is good that God is doing and focus on that. Hope is the life of your leadership. Hope is the space that you hold for God to come true. Because the people are watching you. People know things are hard. They are watching you to do the impossible. And you're going to do it. You're going to do it because God's going to do it through you. God's going to elevate you, give you the wisdom and the encouragement that you need. So my fellow leaders, this is another leader encouraging you to be hopeful as a VIP of God. Because God's vision, God's intent, and God's purpose will never fail. I am Abraham Joseph Ajenifuja, creator of the VIP concept, vision, intent, and purpose, author of the VIP Christian, podcasting as Voice of the VIP. Until next time, my friends, may you have a VIP day. Thank you.